We're going to look at Apple Classroom and how to set it up with your classroom set of iPads. Apple Classroom is a management tool that can be used to manage your classroom set of iPads to set up groups and manage what students can do and cannot do on the iPads. So the first thing we want to do is go ahead and download the Apple Classroom app and open it. The Apple Classroom app should be in self-service or in your app store to download. So the first thing it's going to ask you is your teacher information. So I'm going to go and type in my information. You can go ahead and click on the edit button, and that edit button will allow you to add a picture if you desire. I'm going to click done. Next thing you want to do is you want to create classes. Now again, these are going to be managed by you. Maybe at a later time we will manage these through our mobile device management system, but at this time we're going to do physical management by you. So you're going to click create class. In the create class option, you can name your class. So I'm going to call this Kinder and the teacher's name. You can name it whatever you want. You can add a description. And this is our writing class, and we can even change the color to make it easier. So you can modify that as you see or find necessary. Click done. And so here's our new class. To add another class, all you got to do is click the plus button, and it'll add a new class for you. Also on this home screen, the edit button is where you're going to delete, as well as information on each of the classes, and change all the details and things like that, as well as the X up there to delete the class. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and open up my Kinder class. Now, this is one of the ones I would actually allow notifications on to give you alerts and things like that, because again, this is helping you with your management of your iPads in your classroom. The next thing you want to do is you want to go to your first iPad. And in your iPad, what you're going to notice is you have to have Bluetooth on both for your teacher iPad as well as the student iPads. So if you do have that on, you want to go to your teacher iPad. Now, I'm going to pull up the student iPad to the right, and this teacher iPad is going to be on the left. In your teacher iPad, you want to click on Add Students. When you click on Add Students, it's going to give you an access code. Go into the settings of the student iPad, and you'll notice underneath where it says Bluetooth, as long as both Bluetooths are on, you can click on Classroom, and then you can add that class. Now, what I recommend is every single iPad you have, you know which iPad it is. I'm going to call this 1 iPad because this is iPad number 1, and then we're going to enter the code that you see on the teacher side. So 4334. Click Add. And then on the teacher side, you have to click Add. So there's your first student. You notice that on the student side, the AirPlay and View screen says Ask at this time. When you're setting these up, you want to go ahead and click Always. So this says that teachers are allowed to AirPlay and view your screen. And so if you ever notice that in class, a student is not able to be viewed or not able to be managed, that is where the student has changed it. And so you can go back and fix it and talk to that student at that time. So once you close that down, you can now notice that on the left side, I have an iPad that's set up for the Kinder Smith. We're going to do one more iPad like that. I added the second student iPad on, and notice again the top one is the one we haven't added, and the bottom one is, and we can tell because on the one iPad, you can see that we have a settings app here, and when I close it, the settings app goes away. It's a good way to tell which iPad is where based on what apps are open. So again, we're going to add a new student. So add a new student, you want to go ahead and click on the Add button on top, and same process. As long as both the Bluetooths are on, the Classroom option will pop up. Click Classroom, add Kinder, and this time again we're going to go ahead and name this 2 iPad, and we're going to give it the code, and click Add. Change the permissions to always, and that one is set up as well. And again, you need to go back over to the teacher side and click Add. You're going to repeat this until you've got all 7 or 8 or however many iPads you have in your class set up.